Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another Transformers video review, and it looks like I did it again. Hang on one second. That's better. Today we'll be taking a look at the Robots in Disguise Supercharged version of Prowl. Now, as I mentioned before with X-Brawn, each of the three Autobot car brothers got a supercharged version supercharged form in the show from Ultra Magnus, and each of them does feature a callback to a previous G1 character. And oddly enough, not only does this have two different it does call back to a G1 character, but it does also have a real world callback. So first, the G1 character, the color scheme, I know this is kind of a stretch, but it is supposed to be somewhat resemblant of Mirage from G1 with the metallic blue and white. And it's also supposed to be evocative of highway patrol vehicles in the United States, apparently around this time frame in like the late 90s and early 2000s, as opposed to the original Prowl's color scheme being based off of the standard issue police vehicles in Japan. And as you can see, we'll go ahead and bring both of them side by side so you can get a good look at the two of them here. And also, just like X-Brawn, we do have a little bit of a carryover in the tampograph from the Takara release that still repeats the Japanese name of the character onto the figure. But other than a color swap, it is virtually identical to the original Prowl. And he does still include the fire blast rocket launcher effect pieces. And I'm gonna be honest, they're cast in like the same color of plastic to where I cannot tell the difference between this Prowl and this Prowl's pieces. So I've just got these ones assuming that they are this Prowl's, but it doesn't really matter because they're basically the same. Would I love to see these in metallic blue? Yes, but anyways, so we'll set Prowl, regular Prowl off to the side for now. And then he does still retain the gimmick where you can take these and flip up the sides of his spoiler up, and then clip those into place for a rocket boost. And also just for how it ends up being used in robot mode, they can still hook on to the light bar as well. So that's about it for vehicle mode. Nothing really to say. It's just the same as Prowl original with a color swap. So we'll go ahead and get into the transformation. And to transform Prowl, pretty much exactly the same as before. Funny thing is, the doors still being the same translucent plastic and having the same fragile component on them, the issue is actually reversed on my copy on my two different copies, whereas this door on this Prowl is not very stable and it doesn't stay on at all. So go ahead and take that off, move the joint out of the way for right now, and go ahead and take this door and rotate that down and around, and go ahead and open up the front sections here, fold the legs out, and rotate and rotate, rotate and rotate. And then take this piece and collapse that into the chest. And now this is actually what I've managed to do to kind of help with the loose ball joint issue, to keep them in place, where I'll actually get the cup of the ball joint sandwiched between the ball joint and the front of the car. And that will at least let me keep it in place and not let it fall out during display. So next, take the front of, or take this block section, fold it down and collapse it into the chest, and take the arms and unfold them and unfold them just like we did before. And now we have Supercharged Prowl in his robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that head sculpt here real quick. Very nice head sculpt. I do like the whole aesthetic of everything being swept back and really mechanical. And the metallic blue and white adds a lot more, or adds a lot better touches of detail as opposed to the original's white and black. Let's see if I can get both of them in shot here. Hang on. Go ahead and zoom out. So you can see there the heads. And then everything else that they do differently. It's gonna sound like a broken record, but we are looking at color swaps here, so pretty much everything is functional the same as just a color swap. And honestly, the supercharged version of Prowl has a lot better shelf presence on him than the standard one, which I do really like. The metallic blue and white goes together so well on him, and it just looks really great. And I don't know how well this is showing up on camera too, but the painted bits on Prowl, on regular Prowl, that are painted blue for the waist and the legs, are actually not the same color of blue that they painted on here. They're actually painted with metallic blue paint. So that's a really nice touch too. They could have just easily repainted that the same color, but they didn't. Everything else looks really good. I do also like the blue and the red circles on his shoulders as opposed to whatever's going on in there on these ones. So that's about it for him. Now for posability, old Prowl fell. So for posability, we still have everything the same. We have the 360-degree rotation in the neck, as well as ball-jointed shoulders, as well as this part of the arm can swing up. We do have a little bit of some sideways elbow going on for the transformation, as well as a standard ball joint in the elbow. Nothing in the waist for articulation. Hips are ball jointed, but just due to the sake of these skirt armor pieces, I do not want to get past any, I don't want to get into any extremes. But then knee is ball jointed, and then the ankle is double ball jointed. So, fragile hip skirt accessory pieces aside, Prowl still retains the same posability as before, and in my opinion is one of the better posable figures of the 3 Autobot cars. Now, bringing in his weapon accessories here. Again, they do also share the same functionality, and again, this is another reason why I wish that they would have been cast in blue or the metallic blue, because if we had it cast in metallic blue, then it would match the shield on his arm. But go ahead and plug each one of them into the oval pegs on his hand, and they can hold on to them like that. Or alternatively, go ahead and hook them on the light bar on the back of his, or on his back, to act as a jetpack. So that's about it. Now, just like I've mentioned before with X-Brawn, sorry, I just had some running water all of a sudden for no reason at all. I don't know where it came from or what it's from, but just hearing running water in my house is a little unsettling. But anyways, just like X-Brawn, Prowl has the same things. Everything's going on the same. It does retain all of the same faults, all of the same pros, and whether or not you should pick this up is entirely personal preference. If you like the if you like either one of the color schemes better than the other, or if you just want to get the supercharged version to help complete the collection like I did, definitely pick them up. They're still really fun toys. The only big drawback is the fact that those skirt armor pieces are cast in translucent plastic with a ball joint that is very prone to breaking. But anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say for Prowl. And again, this has been Retro Reviews. I hope you guys liked this video review, and I will see you again next time. Bye.